that mountain in the wintertime and getting into shape. Tell us a little bit about what that process was like for you, changing your body, changing your diet, and how that's translated into your success this year.
You know, it was tough, you know. Lost 40 pounds in 3 months for me was crazy. You know, but you have to put the effort, you know, if you want to play third base, get it by in the big leagues, you know, get it by in your career. It's one of those things changed my career, you know. Now I've been seeing the result, all the things I've been doing the whole season, running the mountain, all the stuff I've been doing, you know. I never give up. Now I don't want to give up. I just want to keep training to get ready, you know, for next year.
Someone else running the
There, we talk about
over there too.
The Giants' way of doing things, and in order to be a player in this organization, you're aware that there's a different way, a different goal, a different philosophy. And the same thing can be said for our fan base. A Giants fan is special. Why is a Giants fan special?
Well, you know, the Giants fans, even when we were at Candlestick in tougher times in terms of the ballpark, the Giants fans were always behind us. They were there at the first pitch. They were there to the last out. And I think that you guys, I mean, you don't leave in the 7th inning, do you?
No.
You know, there's something about being a Giants fan. It's now been, what, our 54th year in San Francisco. And it's something that I think it's ingrained in all of us. And just like the players are the most prepared and they get here early and they work hard, people in the front office, same thing. The fans, they're in early, number of people here for BP, and I think it's just a commitment. And I would put our fans as second to none in terms of commitment.
I think we'd all agree. We got a few more minutes left for our panel up here before we give you guys a chance for some questions for everybody up here. Bruce Bochy, former catcher. Now you've been a big league manager for a long, long time. There's so many catchers who turn into managers. Is there a reason for that? Do you think there's something about being a catcher that prepares you for this job?
Oh, I think without question, making that transition from playing to managing is a lot easier for a catcher. And the reason I say that is, as a catcher, you're pretty much, in essence, the manager on the field. You're the one guy that sees everything. The positioning of the players, you have to know all the plays, the bunt defense, signs from the manager, you're relaying to the pitcher, throwovers and things like that. And you're actually managing the game itself and the pitching staff. And for a catcher, you have to understand 11 or 12 different personalities, and I'm talking about your pitchers. And you have to know how to handle each one. And one size doesn't fit all. One you may have to kick in the tail, the other one you may have to support. And so I think that helps the catchers make that transition now. There's great managers that didn't catch. Well, my point is it does make it a little bit easier because you are more involved in the game. Now, Carlos can be in right field, and he can be practicing his swing sometimes in between pitches. The catcher can't do that. He can't ever drift mentally. He's got to, call every pitch, and he's got to be involved in every pitch.
Now wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I didn't say he does that, but I'm saying in order to be good.
Carlos, you got to respond to that. That would never happen.
You know what? I would never do that, honestly. I always as a player try to separate hitting between defense and under. I think there's two different things. If you're not doing anything offensively, you better make sure that you do something defensively for the team. So Pablo said that if it was Torres that was the catcher, he probably was doing the tapping.
Could be. All right, Pablo. We got a question. This has been kind of bugging me. I mean, you've made the All-Star team this year as a third baseman. We've seen you catch. You came up as a catcher at the big leagues. You played first base. But there's also something else that you do that everybody may not know, is that there are times when Dave Righetti will come out to the mound, and if it's Santiago Casilla or Ramon Ramirez, he'll ask you to come to the mound, and you'll translate when Rags wants to talk to Santiago or Ramon. So I have to ask you, does Rags always get the full truth from you when you're translating?
Yeah. I don't want to lie to him because I don't want to put my patient, in dangerous spot. I just want to straight up, I want to tell the truth to my coach, I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to get in trouble.
Never? Not ever one time?
Never.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, Pablo, what was it like being on the All-Star game, being down there for the game?
Excited, you know. For me, one of the biggest experiences, you know, in my career. Last year, World Series, this year, All-Star game, you know. We find out everything in 2 years. I'm sorry, Carlos. I had to tell that. But no, you know, it's exciting for me being the All-Star game.
How about Bruce Bochy, before we let you go here, because we're running out of time. We just saw the Arizona Diamondbacks here in town, and you're playing the Phillies now. We got the Braves coming up, so you're seeing a lot of good teams. But those Diamondbacks, I don't think our fans, and maybe I'll include myself in that group, realize how tough a team that can be. They're going to be a formidable opponent down the stretch, aren't they?
Oh, they really are. They're not going anywhere. They're athletic. They have a very strong lineup throughout 1 through 8. Their pitching's been a difference for them. Their starters, talking about Kennedy and Hudson, 2 great young starters that really come into their own, but they have depth throughout their rotation now. And their biggest improvement's the back end of their bullpen, and that's where they lost a lot of games last year. But you know, they got young guys that play like an Upton. He's going to be an impact player in the game for a while, so they're not going anywhere. And we have to play our best ball to beat these guys because of how much they've improved, and really it's because of their pitching.
Well, we want to leave a little bit of time for you all to ask questions. So is Rennell ready? Rennell's going to head out into the crowd here and let you, our season ticket holders, ask a question or two, or are you just going to point them out?
Yeah, we've got them out here with our orange and black attack.